Hey guys, Brian here again with Straight Blast Gym of Bend. I wanted to cover a quick mat chat again today. Something came up on the mat today, and I really wanted to kind of talk about it because it's super common, and I think it's one of the reasons people quit and they don't tell people about it. So being claustrophobic in jiu-jitsu is super common. I've experienced it. If anyone knows anything about our organization, our head coach is not a small human being. His little brother is not a small human being either. And so rolling with guys that have 100+ pounds on you can be very stressful, right? And so when you first start out, especially like when you get to, and I think the worst week probably is north-south, right? In our curriculum, north-south is bottom and top are their own dedicated weeks. And so when you're stuck in north-south bottom and the person's trying to work on submissions and chokes and things like that, it can be extremely stressful. I've had 3 moments in jiu-jitsu that I remember vividly where I wanted to tap just from claustrophobia, where my heart rate started to come up, and I got really like kind of freaked out. And I want to talk about one of those to start, because I think this one was the one that gave me the best indicator of kind of the power of jiu-jitsu and learning to breathe and relax. So the first time I ever rolled with my head coach, Matt Thornton, it was over 100 outside, and there's no air conditioning at the gym in Portland. And he comes over to me and he asks me to roll. We're in the middle of class, and I'd already been rolling for a couple hours. And I start rolling with him, and he sweeps me to mount, and he gets me in mount. We're wearing no-gis, so his t-shirt is basically waterboarding me at this point. And I start to panic, and I'm like, am I gonna have to tap from just like the fact that I can't breathe underneath him, and I can't breathe. And I turn my head to the side, and I'm like, relax. He told me to relax, like, remember to relax. And I start to relax, and I hear his heartbeat because his head's right up against my ear. And his heartbeat, he could have been sitting in a chair for the last 20 minutes. He was using no energy. There was no malice. There was no nothing. And I realized that the stress was all in my head. And so I was able to relax. I still got tapped. I still got crushed. But I didn't panic. And that was one of the kind of defining moments of jiu-jitsu for me, was learning not to freak out and not to panic. And everyone, it's going to take a little bit different path. So if you have some sort of previous trauma or maybe a phobia or something like that, I just want you guys to know that you can work through this. Find a partner and kind of do it almost like an immersion therapy. I did this with a white belt one time who recently got his blue belt, and he would tap as soon as people got into side control. And then we slowly worked into like, okay, I'm going to play side control, just chest to chest. My elbows are on the mat. My knees are on the mat, which is technically bad jiu-jitsu. And then I would take my elbows up off the mat, and he would tap from the pressure. And then we would slowly build it up. And then we put the gi top on, because the gi top can be very claustrophobic as well. And we built this up to the point where now he's a blue belt and he can roll without having that problem. So I just want to give you guys that kind of like, I don't know if it's a pep talk or what it is, but I just want you guys to know that like everyone goes through this. There's not a single person that has not felt claustrophobic or felt like they're drowning when they're in jiu-jitsu. That is a super common thing. And I just want you guys to stick with it, right? That's all I ask. Stick with it. Thank you.